What's up, guys? On this week's episode, we're going to take a look inside the new Google podcast strategy that helps you double your reach in an instant to audience worldwide. Let's do this.
Welcome to the Bite Size Marketing Hack Podcast, where you get the confidence to hack your marketing 5 minutes at a time. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Bite Size Marketing Hacks Podcast. This is Mark.
This is Rashawn.
We're so glad to be with you guys. And in the midst of economic uncertainty and just general digital confusion, we're here to help guide you through the midst of this storm. And right now, podcasts are explosively trending.
Yes.
And we bet that there's a number of you even watching or listening right now. You're listening to a podcast about the power of podcasts. We bet you that you've got multiple podcasts in your feed. And so we've got some good news for those who are podcast hosts or podcast content creators, or those who are thinking about creating a podcast. What's that good news, Rashawn?
The good news is that Google has a new podcasting strategy that completely reimagines how people find and listen to shows. And this, I think, is going to be a game changer because now you can search a category, say, for instance, business, and you say top business podcasts on Google, you're going to have a big streamline of shows at the top of the screen on your Google search that's going to show you different unique shows that are in the top list right now. But not only that, whenever you search, podcast about stories, or those keywords are huge, because now it gives your podcast an opportunity to show up on that search on Google, which literally is going to open up so many opportunities to engage new listeners, new customers, and find new business. And you're basically a first-class citizen, on the Google search.
That's awesome. So let's talk about just one other caveat to that I think is amazing. And this has been for a while now, but Google actually, when you submit your podcast to Google Play, and especially that RSS feed, the feed that has all the detailed information about your podcast, including the audio file and all that stuff, if that's hosted on your website, all of that becomes search engine optimization data for Google to better rank your website. So not only is Google improving the overall searchability to find your podcast on their platform, but also just by creating the podcast, and it's a great time to start one, and then including that on your website, improving your overall search rankings every time you record an episode. I mean, you've got to make great content, but assuming you make great content
So
and you
true.
post that on your website, you're improving your site rankings every time. So it's a win-win-win
I love that
situation with podcast creation.
So true, bro. And with this quarantine, I've heard that there's now more listeners who listen from a desktop than people who are listening from mobile, which I think is really insane. The numbers have went up crazy out the roof just because so many people are at home. They're, washing dishes, they're taking out the trash, or, obviously, they will put it on pause and then come back to their desktop. But
Yeah.
needless to say, yeah, they're listening from desktop now, which is really cool. And that tells you right now is a good time to have your podcast all over the place on your website, just different ways people can search you and listen to your content outside of your mobile phone.
And so one other just quick, this is just a side tip, but if you're getting started on podcasting, you might look into Spreaker.com. And so Spreaker, there's a lot of different platforms that you can use. Spreaker is effective because you upload it to them one time, or you can even just connect it from another source, but you upload it to them and they will, and as long as you allow and set up the broadcasting to multiple other platforms, you do that one-stop shop, and it will broadcast it on multiple other podcasting platforms all by itself. So Spreaker is a really good platform to utilize for podcasting if you haven't heard of that one before.
Love it, love it. So do you think this positively affects, sort of it gives us an opportunity even amidst the COVID-19 crisis? I know we're still there. We're still sort of in the gunk of it. It feels like it's kind of hopeful and things like that for businesses. A lot of different opportunities are rising and podcasts being one of them. So yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Mark. And maybe we can get into some more content later about this.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think there's a lot of opportunity right now in podcasting and something for us to continue to talk about. So,
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening into the show today. One thing that we would just be so thankful for, if you would rate, review, and subscribe, even share this, tag us on Instagram, Frontier Creative, and also Facebook. Just let us know what you're getting from this show. And it would be such a thing that we embrace and that we enjoy just connecting with you more. So thank you all for listening in today.
awesome. Bless you guys.
See you.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe, and visit us at bitesizemarketinghacks.com for more resources and episodes that will help you hack your marketing 5 minutes at a time.